My goal for you is for you to be extremely successful, to live a long life, to be healthy, get off of medications, have tons of energy, be able to do what you want to do in your life, and to spend your time with the people that you love. I have learned a lot about this, and I think I've gotten better at helping people achieve this. I spent several years focusing so much on food. It's incredibly important. What we eat is just so very important. But I spent several years focused primarily on that, carbs, fats, and walking through all the science and who was right, who was wrong, all these things. And it's valid, it's important. It's still something that I'm very focused on and thinking about all the time, the science behind that and how different foods affect our bodies and our brains. But I've come to realize that in addition to that focus on food, there's something more powerful, or at least something that we cannot neglect if we want these outcomes to be successful and long life and all of this thing, permanent weight loss. And that is the brain and the central nervous system. If we reconfigure, reformat, reprogram the brain in this way, it becomes very easy to maintain. And it's not a life of temptation and needing to exercise all this willpower. We're all familiar with that world of fighting to resist temptation of foods and all these different things. The brain is the key to long-term success. So food's very important, but we have to recognize the greatest tool that we have, the most powerful tool, and that is the brain. And over the last 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years, I've really become obsessed with helping people with very practical steps in reprogramming the brain. Things that are very much backed by scientific research from all different kinds of fields. From both nutrition, how what we eat affects the brain and the central nervous system, as well as sleep, exercise, cognitive exercises, all these different things, stress, emotions. The idea is that I've wanted to reverse engineer what has happened in modern America. Again, it's a person's genes as well as the engineered foods that we are surrounded by today. It's the engineering in the food industry that has changed brain activity, brain mapping, brain programming that is really driving obesity, etc. today. And so the goal is the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years has been to reverse engineer the effects of the modern engineered foods. It's fascinating. The reason for creating this video is just to remind you, don't let go of these little tasks every day that are focused on helping us reformat, retrain the brain. It's critically important. If we don't do that, in time, after bariatric surgery, after people have lost a lot of weight, in time, if we don't reprogram the brain, there will be a relatively high tendency to migrate back into the old habits, old lifestyle, and weight gain and a return of those medical problems. So we don't want it. The key to long-term success is reprogramming the brain. And it just so happens that that path is also the path that becomes the easiest. So hang in there. Be patient. It's worth the investment in doing all these little things, these little tasks every day.